Shots on the wall, coffee gone cold, finger on the trigger, heart runs bold. Tick tock tick, red turns green. Is this that flip or the start of a scene? Every candle feels like a question. Every heartbeat bets on direction. I'm caught in the curve of the line, right on the edge of the sign. Oh, turn or trend, they both been riding that swing to the very last. Stand up and down again, again. Are we in a storm or a perfect friend? Turn or trend, they both been. I can feel it in the air like wind blow right through. Break then blend, I just wanna dance it out. Turn or trend, screen glow bright, midnight dance. One more move, one more chance. Stop, lost tight, but my hope runs wide. Do I bail right now or let this ride? Every signal talks like it knows me. Every move could crown me or ghost me. I'm tracing the arc in my mind, chasing the shape I can't find. Hey, turn or trend, they both been riding that swing till the very last. Stand up and down again, again. Are we in a storm or a perfect friend? Turn or trend, they both been. I can feel it in the air like wind blow right through. Break then blend, I just wanna dance it out. Turn or trend, spin that doubt round and round. Hear that hush in the crowd. Is it just a twist or the start of a run? I'm lost in the gust, but it feels like fun. Oh yeah. Turn or trend, they both been riding that swing till the very last. Stand up and down again, again. Are we in a storm or a perfect friend? Turn or trend, they both been. I can feel it in the air like wind blow right through. Break then blend, I just wanna dance it out. Turn or trend. Oh. Shots on the wall, coffee gone cold, finger on the trigger, heart runs bold. Tick tock tick, red turns green. Is this that flip or the start of a scene? Every candle feels like a question. Every heartbeat bets on direction. I'm caught in the curve of the line, right on the edge of the sign. Oh, turn or trend, they both been riding that swing till the very last. Stand up and down again, again. Are we in a storm or a perfect friend? Turn or trend, they both been. I can feel it in the air like wind blow right through. Break then blend, I just wanna dance it out. Turn or trend, screen glow bright, midnight dance. One more move, one more chance. Stop, lost tight, but my hope runs wide. Do I bail right now or let this ride? Every signal talks like wanna dance it out. Turn or trend. Spin that doubt. Round and round. Hear that hush in the crowd. Is it just a twist or the start of a run? I'm lost in the gust, but it feels like fun. Oh yeah. Turn or trend, they both been riding that swing till the very last. Stand up and down, again, again. Are we in a storm or a perfect friend? Turn or trend, they both been. I can feel it in the air like wind and blow right through. Break then blend. I just wanna dance it out. Turn or trend. Oh. Shots on the wall, coffee gone cold, finger on the trigger, heart runs bold. Tick tock tick, red turns green. Is this that flip or the start of a scene? Every candle feels like a question. Every heartbeat bets on direction. I'm caught in the curve of the line, right on the edge of the sign. Oh, turn or trend, they both been riding that swing till the very last. Stand up and down, again, again. Are we in a storm or a perfect friend? Turn or trend, they both been. I can feel it in the air like wind blow right through. Break then blend. I just wanna dance it out. Turn or trend. Screen glow bright. Midnight dance. One more move. One more chance. Stop lost tight, but my hope runs wide. Do I bail right now or let this ride? Every signal talks like it knows me. Every move could crown me or ghost me. I'm tracing the arc in my mind, chasing the shape I can't find. Hey, turn or trend, they both been riding that swing till the very last. Stand up and down, again, again. Are we in a storm or a perfect friend? Turn or trend, they both been. I can feel it in the air like wind blow right through. Break then blend. I just wanna dance it out. Turn or trend.
Good evening, good morning. Hello, everybody. Sound check, mic check, vibe check. Give me all checks. Let me know if you guys hear me okay. You guys see me okay? We're starting early today because we're going to try and trade the pre-market news events, or at least trade around them. I don't know if we're going to straddle these things because I don't know if there's going to be really enough juice there for a straddle, but definitely worth a shot in terms of just, trading around them. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Walter. How are you? How's everybody doing? Somebody give me a sound check, mic check. All good? I'm going to try something interesting, unique I want to show you that I really been playing around with. We are positive trend, positive bid, a sell-off in the trade. So if you're going to look at this over here, this is a purple dot trade, right? So watch what I'm going to try and do. I'm not going to sell it. I'm actually going to buy this. I'm going to buy this thing right now on the assumption that the positive trend actually wins out over the short-term sell-off and that this is actually a really good buy the dip opportunity. And let's see if I'm right on this trade. I bought it. We're looking for a 10-point structure here. Almost there. Let's see if we can get there. 85, almost there. I'll try to make this a little wider. Come on. I can't grab this. Okay, let's see if we can get this up there. I wonder if I need the ladder. Like, I don't think I need the ladder, right? If I took this off, what would happen if I took this off? If I took the trading DOM off here? Just curious. Oops, I did the wrong thing. Ah, that's not what I wanted. Okay, let's go back to, oh, and we got done. So we got done on the trade, but I screwed up my charts. Okay, let me try this one more time. Hang on a second. I really screwed this up. Leave. Yes, I want to leave this. Sorry, I was trying to get cute in the middle of trading, but all right. So let me show you. So this is I'm doing a little bit of wealth charts work today, just because it's been a while that we haven't traded wealth charts. Hopefully, they're going to be able to code everything for us, and we're going to be really able to trade wealth charts a lot. But here's my point. If you guys are looking at the chart here, we are positive bit. VWAP is all the way over here, right? We're just all green dots. The purple dot sell-off, as I started to look at the charts really, really carefully, is actually a much better buy than it is a sell in an uptrend. Conversely, in a downtrend, we're going to go the other way around. So it's a much higher probability trade. Like generally trading with trend is always a better trade, right? A lot of times we're going to do counter trend trades over here, which sometimes work because, you're going to go, it traces a lot for you and then maybe goes down a little bit down the road, but it's rarely a situation where you're starting a whole new V-shaped downtrend. And if you look at the chart here, buying the purple here in an uptrend, buying the purple here. So it's 3 purple buys, 4 purple buys, all of them actually resolve positively. 5 purple buys over here. This is all, remember the VWAP is over here. This is the VWAP. I'm underneath the VWAP. The only purple fail. So that's 5. This is the only legit fail. I actually failed this at 3 o'clock. This actually worked. I bought this purple. So that's 5 out of 6. Then and this is all still above VWAP, right? So where's my other purple? What was that? That was 5 out of 6. This is 6 out of 7. And if you sort of started at midnight, that's fine. There was actually a little bit more here, but let me see where we're at here. I mean, again, you're above VWAP. This one works. This one works. This is 18. This one works. There's three more works. Basically, you were like 6 out of 7, maybe even 7 out of 8. Incredibly high resolution rate for buying the dip versus trying to press it to the downside as you're trying to do. And we'll see. We'll see if that trend continues. But it's a really it's a really nice trade, and it's a much better trade, I think, than trying to sell it. So the idea is, if we are in an uptrend, the purples become buys, just like the white becomes buys. If we're in a downtrend, obviously the purples are sells, and the white becomes sells too. So we'll see. It's not like every one of them works, but if you are anywhere close to being 6 out of 7, the expectancy is just great. I mean, you're talking about +3 on the expectancy, which is really, really good. So that's an interesting little trick that I caught, and we're definitely going to practice that trick as we go along. We got 5 minutes to ADP. I'm not straddling today, guys. You're welcome to straddle. Apex is 90% off, so super good deals. You can buy, I think it's like $19 for 25,000. It's actually I don't even know what it is for 50,000. Let's see, what's the 50,000? It must be like 24. Just really, really cheap. Let's see what it would be. Be sure to use BK Save. Yeah, 24. It's really, really cheap. So big discounts, really worth the shot. I would inventory them as much as possible. I'm going to inventory a few um, a little bit later, but 90% sale keeps going off right now. It's just that I don't think ADP is really going to be a tradable event today. So we will, we'll just trade around it. But but there's a lot of interesting movement here that we can certainly trade, and that's what I want to trade in the pre-market. We're near London session highs here. I bought this, as you saw. I bought that trade to the upside on the Wealth Charts account. Now it's kind of quiet. How's everybody going? How's everybody's trading going? Anybody trade London today or anything else? London has some very, very clean moves, both up and down. Good morning, Peter. Good morning, Walter. Who else is in the room? We started early today because I kind of wanted to be wrapping around the two main macro events, which is retail sales at 8:30 and ADP right now. Iran, just sort of. I'm starting to run. For those of you guys who want to follow me on X, I'm actually running these summary tweets on Iran data and on just pre-market data. So hopefully, it's like, for example, here's the pre-New York brief today, and that runs it's going to run every session. So it's going to give you a good idea of where things are going. One thing that I think is, there are two interesting metrics that I'm kind of watching on the Iran thing. How many ships are passing through the Strait of Hormuz, and that's going up? How many ballistic missiles is Iran firing, and that's going down? And I think those two metrics, in many ways, are the most important things to watch on the Iranian thing. And we'll see if that continues to be going in that direction, because that's actually the most positive thing, and the markets are reacting positively as a reaction of that. Because as you start getting traffic through the Strait of Hormuz, and as Iran just runs out of whatever ballistic missiles it has left, it's going to be pretty obvious they're going to come to some sort of a negotiated settlement, and it's going to be much more favorable. Yeah, Trump's going to be talking tonight. We'll see what he wants to say. He's telegraphing some of his stuff that basically they're kind of done. They destroyed everything. They're going to leave the Strait of Hormuz to the Europeans. One interesting thing I saw today in Bloomberg is he wants to leave NATO, or he's suggesting that we should leave NATO. That should be interesting. Also, because geopolitically, obviously, it's a huge thing. Economically, it's a huge thing. It's like massive savings for the U.S. military and U.S. military budget if they do this. It does feel like, in some ways, I'll be honest with you, like U.S. bases in the Middle East are much more tactically advantageous to us than U.S. bases in Europe, where they're not cooperating, and we're just basically bogged down as a defensive position. Because if you're in the Middle East, you're at the key shipping lanes, and of course, all the Gulf countries, I think, are much more eager to have more U.S. bases in those areas. So we'll see. I don't think we're going to get out of NATO, but that was kind of an interesting last-minute float that he did. What's Artemis 2, Ben? What is that? Is that some kind of a missile off of a ship? So we are, how many minutes? We are 1 minute away from ADP. Let's just go to the charts. Let's see what ADP wants to print. Where's Forex Factory? Market looking for 41 against 63, so smaller print, but still positive. Let's see what ADP wants to print. 50 seconds. 32 seconds. Forex Factory is usually like about 5 seconds late, so we'll see what it wants to do. Let's see if Trading Economics has it. Oh, also waiting. Everybody waiting. See if the market has any reaction. Nope, no market reaction either. $62. Oh, better, stronger print. That should be positive for the market. Market has a little bit of a pop. As I said, I don't think this is going to be a major event, so not really positive for us to trade. We're trading off the London session highs a little bit. A white dot here puts me back into a positive trade, so I will be trading, to the long side if I get a white dot here. But for now, just quiet. I think the market is also going to be pretty quiet until we get the retail sales. They want to see where the consumer is at, especially after the spike in oil prices, and if it has anything. But that's a pretty good number out of ADP. ADP usually tends to be smaller than NFP. The fact that they printed 62, which was better than the consensus, suggests that there's a little bit more. Let's see if anybody has any comments on this. Following. Oh my God, somebody was. I was listening to some analysts yesterday. It was really interesting, and they were saying that one of the things that's probably happening in Iran is that the IRGC doesn't even know how much damage has been done to the country. It's a huge country. They're sort of really cut off. They're in these little cells now at this point operating, and they don't really have an idea of how much bombing has been done against them. So part of the reason why there's just so much confusion is that they don't have a clear view of just how badly they've been hurt. Oh, I see. Junior Army Minister. That is interesting. Interesting. Okay, nothing much going on here. Let's watch the numbers. We're going to wait for the retail sales, see how those print. So the other thing is, I think I've settled kind of on my money management technique of what I want to do, and I'll as we get into the day, I'll hopefully be able to put that into play. But the idea is, first of all, I want to trade the beginning of a slice, right? So this has been a very, very long. This is a long trend slice, right? We've had basically continuity here from 640 to like a whole hour. Like if we have an hour long continuity slice, that's super positive for us, because the trade structure that I like to do in those type of slices is you start with a white dot, right? In this case, kind of like what is this, 87? No, sorry, you started over here. You started with this white dot over here. Like you'd be long, you make money on the first trade, and then you add, and then you do double. In other words, if you have a white dot followed by a green dot, you would go twice the size because you have high confidence that it's a continuity trade. Here, actually, I would have bought the purple, but I would have gotten clipped on the on this one. This would have taken me 86, and it would have stopped me out. I think it did stop me out, right? 86 against 56, right? So this one does clip you out. This you'd buy. I'd still be buying the purple because the VWAP is below. But here's where it gets interesting. You buy this, that resolves to plus 10, and then you do double size here, and that resolves to plus 10, and then you're in really good shape. You're at 77. This goes all the way up to 87. Nice resolution, in terms of trade. And then you buy this again for 10, and then you double the size here. So like 1-2 punch across the sequences. The punctuation of these moves is done by either the purple dots or the white dots as a start of the cycle. Oh, I've got a purple dot here, but I got 5 minutes to the retail sales, so I don't really want to take the trade in front of macro. So we will hold off on this and see how it plays out. Actually, got about 8 minutes. 8 minutes before we trade. I'll make sure you guys seeing me well on YouTube. That's not working. Here we go. Make sure you guys see me well. I'm gonna mute myself on YouTube. That's not working. Here we go. Okay, yeah, I muted myself. Just want to make sure that I'm done. Eight minutes to retail sales. Retail sales, actually, the market looking for a positive read. 3 against 0. And then 10 o'clock, we have the ISM manufacturing too. So pretty decent amount of macro data coming through today. Let's see how it's playing out. Good morning, Judith. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. How are we doing? Not much to do here. We just have to wait until the retail sales comes in. I don't want to step in front of news. Now, the one negative of being positive biased or trend biased is that you will miss that, let's say, long negative run here, right? Which you don't necessarily have to. You could, since we have lots of accounts, you could just have an account that is bi-directional. You could say, okay, I'm going to take all the negative trades in a classic sense. So if you took this one to the short side, you would have had a big retrace, but eventually it gets done. And then you would have done twice the size this way. You basically do the same idea, 1-2 on the slice. And that that may have worked okay. I just I don't want to complicate things right now. Now, I don't have any comments on Dow Transports. We're trading the indices. We're really scalping. very much focused on price action. We don't have any investable. Our timeline is the next 5 minutes, so we really don't care. We'll change our opinion 10 times during a trading session based upon how the price action is going. Oh, you adopted a new dog. What kind of dog, Judith? Is she a mutt? Or is she a full breed? I somehow got into this. My feed just got totally. We don't have a strategy today for the news, Manfred, because you see the news. I don't think the news is really tradable. We're just going to trade off of the news, but I don't think the news itself is really, really market moving. So no point in trying to straddle it. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there with you guys for non-farm payrolls, which will be very straddleable. Apex is 90% off, so please, absolutely grab the accounts and trade them. I'm going to be on a plane, so no trading for me. I've actually tried to trade on a plane, and that's a precarious idea. Just not enough bandwidth, because you might get in a position, but you never know. A market is closed on Friday, but you're right. You're right, because it's Good Friday. Tradeovate is down. My Tradeovate is up. I know some. Oh, is Tradeovate down? Is it totally frozen? Oh, you may be right. No. It's working. There's some Tradeovates some Tradeovate is having a problem, but we're also trading wealth charts. So we'll trade them both. Everybody's Tradeovate is everybody's Tradeovate working or not? That's right. It's Good Friday. I always forget. It's the one Good Friday and Christmas Eve or Christmas Day is the only two religious holidays that the market is closed. And we are actually going to print on Good Friday. But I think futures are open, right? That's the thing. Futures are going to be open till 12 noon. So futures are going to be tradable, even though the market is closed. Down with Tradeify, Apex is okay. Huh. Okay. Yeah. And that happens. A lot of news in prop land, Tradeify gone to a single, I think it's a 30-day buy, right? Just like Apex is. Lucid is there. Is Lucid a 30-day buy, or you can just hold Lucid for as long as you want? I'm not sure. Does anybody know? Like if you bought a Lucid eval account, does it expire after 30 days, or does Lucid's one let you trade as long as you haven't blown it up? They let you trade for as long as you want. CME closed on Good Friday? I don't. Are you sure? Let's see. CME. Good Friday hours. Maybe you're right. No, 7 a.m. Friday hours. Um, 2026. On Good Friday, CME will have an early close, which is what I thought, at 10 a.m., 10:15 Central Time, which is 11 o'clock, which is the European close, right? Equity products close, really? 9:15. 9:50, wow. So it's really going to be tight. Equity market close April 3rd at 8:15 a.m., which is 9:15 New York. So really, They're not even like running it through the day. It's just basically they're going to let the data comes out at 8:30. You got 45 minutes to trade it, and that's it. That's all you got. All right, we got 14 seconds to the news. Let's see what core retail sales is going to look like. Five, pretty good print on the core. Is that having any impact on the market? A little bit of a pop. Let's see. We're getting a white dot. Do I have a white dot trade here? I can't tell. I got so much crap here. Let's reduce this. Yeah, we have a white dot trade. 28 seconds left. If this white dot holds, we're going to go long. But let's see if it really holds. Okay, retail sales. How come this one is 5.4 as gas auto? Retail is pretty good. It's a pretty healthy consumer. That's very much flies in the face of the market. Although everybody's going to say, well, that's the month prior, gas was still $3 a gallon, blah blah blah. But you see, it's having just a very tepid response. 144. It's basically a 20-point move, and then that's it. It's actually completely unwound the move. Market seems to be a little bit negative bias this morning. See what it wants to do. We're still considerably above VWAP, so I'm really not going to take any short trades unless it totally changes direction. I'm basically going to assume that we're coming into support, and any white dot trades are going to be doable for us. What do you mean by the right panel? Oh, this is Tradovate. These are my accounts on Tradovate that I'm trading, and this is my Wealth Charts accounts which I'm trading. I'm gonna just do a little bit of a fuck around trade here. See, I bought this. It's not really a legit trade, but again, this is all sort of in my thesis that I'm going to try to buy the dip at relatively decent value. I like this whole idea of buying, buying at the lows. It really gives you some pretty decent entries sometimes with very little slippage. If it bounces 10, it'll be great. If it doesn't bounce, it's this is in my eval account. I'm not going to cry about it. It's a small position. I actually want to bring it here because my entry should have been lower. It would have been a better entry. Leave that there. It's really not any kind of a trade, but I'm just kind of futzing around. The idea being is that, we're above VWAP. I'm trying to buy a little bit of support. I think the data is pretty positive. If market can turn around, give me a white dot, that's going to give me confidence that we have a little bit of a upward movement here. We are 45 minutes from, actually an hour from the open. And it was good that I didn't do any trading because you can see it was very, very lackluster reaction to all of this. More purple selling. All right, we're still above VWAP, right? Which is the key thing that I wanted to sort of tell you is that that's the reason why I prefer to be buying rather than selling the purples, but it doesn't always work. It does work over the past 24 hours, it was like a 7 out of 6 trade. So it's a really good trade. Or 6 out of 7, sorry. Yeah, 45 minutes trading after the BLS data. I think it's going to be just exactly as you say. It's going to be, unless it's a massive, massive shock, It's just going to be a puke reaction, and then that's it. That's it. We're done. As I said, guys, next week, very, very dead week. I'm very unlikely I'm going to trade with you guys. I'll post, if I could. Maybe, maybe I'll trade the actual close, but it's very unlikely I'm going to be doing my trading. I'm going to be away, and I'll have to make sure that I even have the internet to do this. Oh, did I get done? Maybe I got done on my trade. No, not quite yet. Not quite. Come on. Wow, it's been a slow move here. Come on, baby. There we go. We got done. So we got done again. This is just me buying a dip, right? Now we are white dot trade, right? So we're going to play this along with me here. So I bought the dip. If this turns into a white dot trade, I want to go twice the size because I'm going to be twice as confident that this is going to be a continuity. So far, by the way, it isn't. So there's nothing going on here. But the classic 1-2 punch that I like to do is if you're in a trade, you buy the dip here, that resolves the next green dot, you go twice the size, and that really gives you it amplifies your profit run quite a lot. All right, here we go. 8. Let's do this. We're gonna go 2 size on this. Oops. And let's go buy this. It's actually kind of slipping against us, but let's go buy this. All right, this was a white dot, right? It stayed a white dot, kind of retracing back on me, but let's see if it works. Maybe it doesn't. Nope. All right, we'll watch this trade in this eval account, small eval account. See how it goes. I'll be right back. I just got to get something. I'll be The white dot trade did not work, which I, kind of felt okay with. We are very close to VWAP, right? No. Over here is the 200 SMA, which we kind of broke, but this one is the VWAP, still above it. Oops, sorry. Let me get rid of the point of control sell because that was off the highs. So it basically just sort of created a very, very long uptrend and a very long downtrend, which could have been a continuity downtrend, but we're, against the VWAP, so I'm trying to stay on the trend. Let's see if we get a second turnaround here. This white dot failed totally. Retail sales jumped the most in 8 months. As your hedge, there's some explosions near Damascus. Wow, that could be Iranian. That could explain a lot of the negative flow here. The explosions are definitely Iranian in nature because they were the big sponsors of the past regime. So they would like to sabotage the current regime. Found a little bit of support here at the 100 level. Let's see if we get a turn. Another white dot. We'll try to trade it. We'll try to trade it on the Tradeovate accounts. Let's see if that's working. This is London highs, lows. It's a pretty big range, actually. The ORBs, by the way, worked very nicely. I traded to the upside here. This worked very, very nicely on the upside. The ORB down. Ooh, what happened here? Are we popping? Did we just pop? Did something just pop? What happened? News. Whoa. What happened here? I'm not trading this because this seems like a really big volatile move here. What happened? ISM. No, it's 8:45. ISM is not till no, this seems like a geopolitical move. This was 111. This just popped 150 points to the upside. Maybe Trump said something. Wow, I'm trying to find what the if there's any news here. Frank, no. Just trying to see if there's. No, I don't see any pops. That was a very weird pop. There must be something news. Oh, Trump tweet? What did Trump just tweet? Trump, Iran until then, we're blasting Iran. Trump on Iran. We will consider when Hormuz Strait is open, free and okay. Has just asked United States of America for a ceasefire. Trump on Iran has just asked this for a ceasefire. We will consider when Hormuz Strait is open, free and clear. Until then, we're going to blast them into the oblivion. So that was the pop, right? Okay. So he's basically saying, open the Strait of Hormuz, then we'll talk. Interesting. But as I said, I think the Iranians are, remember, the two most important numbers is the amount of ships going through the Strait of Hormuz, which, by the way, has increased a lot, and the amount of ballistic missiles the Iranians are sending, which is quite little, quite a few. No, quite less, like down to 3, I think, a day. So, and they're having very little impact. So we'll see. That was quite a spike. I'm gonna be watching this because I think this is still actually net positive. So let's see. Let the price action show me. Maybe not. All right, I'm gonna play this game again. Purple dot against the VWAP. I'm gonna try and buy it unless this could be just a pure drop to the downside. But I'm gonna assume that this is a. Let's go to which account? Let's go to the 56 account. Let's see if this plays out. 15 seconds left. Purple dot, the New York session lows. Right to VWAP. This is a really tough trade. Market bought this. Let's see if I get a pop or not. Nope, it's a continuity trade. I gave it a shot. I thought it might pop. and the pop it did. And that's what I mean about like taking the purple to the upside versus downside. Now it would have worked as a continuity trade too, but you really had to be very, very good at it. It was like 90. Well, and it would have worked as a continuity trade too, but it worked as a reversal trade too, mainly because I'm sort of still triggering on the fact that we're above the VWAP. But honestly, at this point, I don't have any real in price action. We clearly unwound all of this. I do think it looks like there's some progress being done. Progress being done in the sense that I think the Iranians are, at this point, at wit's end. They are definitely going to be willing to negotiate. So if that's true, it's probably going to be easier to get stuff. They're running out of weapons. They've gotten pounded, and I think Trump now does have the upper hand. We'll see. You ran in front of it as I was speaking? Yeah. So actually, Trump tweet, I do have, it's funny you guys say this. It's not real time, unfortunately, because it's very hard to do this, but I do have in my Twitter feed now, like a once a session summary of everything that Trump is tweeting. And you will see it. Okay, we're back down to sort of fresh session lows at this point. Market clearly starting to turn negative. These are the London lows. Wait, this is New York lows. Wait, where are we? Why is the New York session opening up here? Oh, I guess we're opening up New York at 8:30. That's weird. I thought New York's going to open up at I wonder why. What's going on over here? Where are my UTC settings? I think my settings were off. This is still London session. New York really does. I'm not really opening up New York until 9:25. So I think that was the problem. I just simply had the wrong settings here. Let me do this. The offset is -5 to Chicago. And yeah, I think that's right. Okay, now we're back on right settings. Right, London did the ORB over here. London high. What is this? Why is this so high? What the hell is this? When did this hit a high over here? Oh, maybe because of that spike. Right. That was the spike. I was like, how did London get so high? Because of that spike. That's right. Okay. Now we're actually coming down to London session lows against a negative VWAP. That is a definitely negative sell for us. Let's see if that's going to work for us. So the VWAP is over here. We're below it. We haven't entered London session lows over here. But if we touch it, excuse me, if we close through it, that's a sell because now we're below VWAP. So the trend trade is down and the lower boundary is a penetration level. Interesting that the market has totally reversed itself. You would think this is positive news, but the market is completely trading the opposite. All right, let's see how this tests the lower end of the range here. Yeah, it says guys at Investing Live, I think, are making a really interesting analysis. They're saying it looks like the strategy from Trump is to exploit the fracture to basically offer peace to Iranians via the presidency, and claiming that the IRGC is defying negotiations. That could prompt the kind of internal turmoil that could eventually lead to regime change, or at least to instability, which is exactly what he's doing. He's being his best chaos agent that he can be. Okay, this is the VWAP. We're basically trading either side of it right now. Let's give it some breathing room. Let's see if the market is going to consolidate. If the market consolidates, it gives me a white dot. I really want to go long here because that would tell me that it was sort of sold off and found some support. We also have, you kind of have to believe that the macro is more positive than negative at this point. Data is good, and there's some sort of negotiation communication going on. So you got to I really, really like a white dot here, but I got to see one before I trade one. Almost 9 o'clock. This was the Trump spike that took the London session way beyond its natural high. And we'll see how that affects it. Good morning, Miguel. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Somebody give me a sound check. Tell me tell me what you guys are trading, what you guys are doing, where you're from. If you're new to the room, we're having a relatively quiet day because, as usual, we have these completely contradictory flows all over the place, and we're trying to be very precise in what we want. Also, we are at a point right now where we're literally at the VWAP. So it's very hard to say whether we're positive trend or negative trend. We're just flat. My preference, or what I'd love to see, is us hold this and start to rally. Give me a white dot that would give me some confidence that we can trade the buy trades. But we could also crash. And by the way, if we crash and hold through this red line, that's a very legitimate sell signal for us, and we can take that as well. So we'll see. Right now, we got nothing. We're just everybody's trying to see what the next move is from everybody else. Yeah, I guess oil, it's kind of dropped and popped. Maybe the pop in oil is what drove the equities lower. Oh wow, I had no idea. Did you guys know that Italy is not making it to the World Cup? Jesus. How is that even possible? Wow, that's an embarrassment. Italy lost their. Which group are they in that they got knocked out? Four to 1 to Bosnia and Herzegovina. Penalty shootout. Wow. The 4-time champions failed to qualify for the World Cup. That really sucks. All right, we're watching the slow drift lower here. Let's see if it wants to do anything. This is the London ORB sell level, right? market is very choppy. We're just rotating between chop and mild trend here on the delta meter. Not much going on. Crude back above 100, which explains the downdraft. That's sort of like that's what's driving. Crude is not seeing any immediate relief off of this until the Strait of Hormuz, I guess, opens up. We're going to be negative. So we have a negative trade, 53 seconds left. If this holds, we're going to be short this position. Are you using my indicator, Peter, or using your own indicator? NHL is what's up. What's NHL? What's in the NHL, Andrew? Oh, do I get a white dot? We hold the bids. Can we make a run here? Hockey is what's up. Yeah. The other day I was watching Bobby Orr documentaries. Man, I was watching 2 documentaries. This is how you know you're an old boomer. I was watching Bobby Orr documentaries followed by the Broad Street Bully documentaries and like side videos on Bernie Perron. That's how you know you are fucking old. But it's still really, really fun to watch them. I just like watching those games in the 70s with Philadelphia Flyers with Dave Schultz is just insane. So no, we're just staying very patient. You see, the market is totally flat, not really giving us any dot signals one way or the other. It's holding above the ORB level, right? They tested it, they broke it back, but we got to see some white dots in order for us to commit to a long position. 35 seconds left. Let's see if this is going to be it. Is this a V-shape? Is this a V-shaped move? We'll see. But man, like back to Bobby Orr, watching that, I can totally understand why he was. I think he literally was the greatest hockey player ever. Gretzky notwithstanding, just because his skating ability, it's like everybody stood still when he was skating. Just his ability to just go around the offense, to go, net to net. Like he is the John McEnroe of hockey to me. A true, once in a lifetime artist. Crashing back. We're gonna crash that red line. I'm gonna short it. It's clearly oil is just basically fuck you. This is not happening. They're pressing the oil. They're getting a lot more concerned because of all the buildup in the Hormuz. So that's going to weigh on equities right now until we get some relief on the oil prices. So let's see. This is 6-7 seconds left. Still playing with it. Haven't broken it. So I'm not committing until it drops through. But there's definitely two-way price action here. Yeah, like McDavid, right? I mean, I guess McDavid is sort of like the modern day Bobby Orr, but just amazing. What an incredible player he was. 41 seconds. We've broken the lower bout. let's see if we can hold it. We need to hold it in order for us to get short this thing. 29 seconds. We're not moving until the candle completes. Oh man, this is a very tough trade. I went short here, but this is a very. I'm actually gonna. You know what? I'm gonna just take what I can get. I took a little bit of this trade. Oh, this was kind of It was literally borderline, and because it was borderline, because it wasn't definitive, I took the trade and took a quick 20 out of it, and that's it. That's fine. Let it, if it's going to go down, let it prove me. If it's going to run the London lows, it might run the London session lows, but it feels like, oil definitely driving things to the downside, but only so much so. All right, maybe to test the URB, come right back up, give us a white dot. We'll see. So who's new in the room here? Where are we trading from? Give me the locale. Oh, I killed both of my bottles already. Australia, nice to have you. So really, like, it's just, you see it, two-way price action, very, very tight. Markets are just not moving. A lot of equilibrium here. Let's see if the shorts are clearly pressing because oil prices continue to weigh on the market, but there's clearly there's a bid underneath here. I'm still looking for that elusive white dot. See if there's anything else here. Nothing. Mussolini from the Fed is saying that rates are going to stay stationary for a long time. Caution warranted in looking through supply shocks. Could support cutting rates if labor market weakens, but labor market has not really weakened. It'll be interesting to see how the labor prints this Friday. Given the fact that ADP was halfway decent, I mean, we could print 50, 60,000. We'll see. Now that we're all talking sports and World Cup, now I'm just curious. World Cup qualifiers. Okay, let's see what FIFA is telling us. Okay, I'm okay with all your little cookies. Oh, we're obviously here because we're hosting it, but where is this? Like, where the I don't want the flags. Ah, come on. Look at this. Wow, what a slow website. This is FIFA and it can't load. Oh man, that sucks. Look at this. Okay, Germany, Curacao. Curacao is no, okay. Netherlands, Japan, Cote d'Ivoire. Who the fuck is Cabo Verde? Who the fuck are these countries that like I've never even heard of them? How are they making it themselves to the World Cup? Jordan is in the World Cup? Jordan is in the World Cup? Are you serious? Wow. Haiti's in the World Cup. Holy shit. Wow. Uzbekistan. Congo. No way. Oh, let's see how we're trading. Oh, we got the white dot. Good. Okay, let's go. Finally. It's actually pretty good. We're in good position for the white dot. Let's see if that's going to work for us. Come on, baby. Come to Poppy. Come to Poppy. Let's go. Hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me. Hit me. There we go. See, I was patient, and it did hit us. Now I'm almost at 300 on this one, so that's good. Jordan qualified from Asia. Really? White dot is hiding. Yeah. See, English, you are rooting for 24,000. See? You must be a liberal. You're rooting against America. I'm just kidding you. It did look like we're going to test 24,000, but the one thing that you see, like I was watching this price action, there was very little follow through on this ORB sell. I took it pretty quickly, and I was telling you guys, I was like, they're not really pressing the downside much. Once they can flip it, once they could flip the to the white dot, it was a really easy trade. Should have actually done double size on this, but whatever. Today, notice, by the way, I'm really trading much better, right? I'm just being very patient. I'm picking the spots and just just hitting them. Not really just doing bullshit trades. We've done maybe 2 or 3 trades, but they were all high quality trades. I'm really trying to do this. Yeah, Morocco is. I was just thinking that Morocco has got to be one of the favorites, right? But you think they're going to beat Germany, really? Or Brazil? I mean, there's a lot of good teams. Is Captain America playing for USA? My house in Jersey, where I'm at right now, is literally like 25 minutes away from Meadowlands, which is where the final going to be. I really was fooling around with the idea of like just renting the house for World Cup, but it was such a pain in the ass, and it was so expensive, in terms of commissions, that I was just like, it's not worth it. But it would have been a great house for somebody who wants to spend a month watching, because we're close to Meadowlands. House is nice, got a pool. They would have really enjoyed it, but fuck that. It's just going to be us. Yeah, Pucelik. Yeah. Yes, Mr. America, as they call him. I would love to see us go to second round. I mean, how great would that be if he could, because he's the kind of guy that he just needs a couple of chances, and he could easily take the team to a win against anybody. Because he's very explosive. He just needs an opening, and he'll put it in the net. Okay, so I'm not practicing my full tactical approach here, and I may be wrong, but the reason why is because it really looks like very shitty little price action right now. So my full tactical approach would have been long here, made the trade, right? Now double on this dot on the idea that this is a start of a slice, right? start of a nice long green slice, and we're going to go at least to 2100. We may, but we're 15 minutes away from the open, which is just a rug pull story. Oil is clearly weighing on equities, and we're still pretty very very close. And if I know, astrologer is going to tell you that we're definitely going to want to try once we open up New York. We're definitely want to test the London lows. So this 24,000 may not be the it may not be over for us. Like, they may want to test 24,000 again before they kind of reverse it. So I'm happy to give up the secondary follow through right now. I'll look for better opportunities elsewhere. The white dot was a very clean pop, but this one is, a little bit problematic. You're not really looking. We don't have like a strong upside trend continuity trade here. This is just basically hold at a VWAP and everybody looking around to see if oil kind of comes off the highs. Trump, we've had full regime change in Iran. We've had some more targets left. If we have to, we'll come back to do spot hits. We'll express my disgust with NATO in the speech. He's absolutely considering withdrawing from NATO. Yeah, I think he's really considering withdrawing with NATO. Oh, we get a white dot. Now this one is kind of legit. Now we got to go. And maybe I made a mistake here, kind of chasing this 15 minutes beforehand. But if I did, I did. Kind of a legit trade here. Higher white dot. You got to respect it. I am going to go maybe a little bit lower to just see if I can get this done before the market open. Where am I? 87. Let's see if I can get this done. 93. Okay, can we move it higher? Let's give it a shot. There we go. Come on, baby. Come on. Do me right. Come on. Ugh. Just missing my target. Come on, 93. Let's go. 93. Ugh. Literally I think I just missed my target by 75, 3/4 of a point. How much did we put into? About 100 billion into NATO? That'll be really interesting to see. I mean, I don't think he could just abrogate it because it's actually a treaty, and I think would have to like ratify it. But he could create a lot of consternation. How come on evals you can do $3,000 in 10 minutes and on PAs every trade seems to lose? Yeah, that's sometimes, that's kind of like, the reality of life, right? So it just, everything slows down so much more on PAs. That's actually I think a really good insight. The thing about PAs, the most important part about PAs, we'll talk about this in coaching. By the way, if you guys want to come join me in coaching to get all the indicators and have some very, very interesting statistical analysis that I've done in terms of how to do this. Tomorrow, I'm going to share some very interesting stuff from Claude with you guys in coaching. So those of you who are just watching us trade and want to know how, the sausage is made, what we're doing, how we're tactically, approaching everything, this is a good time to join. Really, really good time to join. The best I can do right now in this trade, which just missed by 0.75 of a point, is if this purple holds, I'm actually going to go short the purple because at this point we are close to the VWAP and it's clearly a negative trade. So in the 58 account, I'm going to go short the purple and trade the opposite way. So at least one of these trades, I'm going to try and see if I can capitalize on one of the trades. That was a painful stop if it stops me out right now because it came so close to my target. All right, I'm short the purple. Yeah, and ooh, wow, that was super fast. It did not get me down on the short the purple. That sucks. Okay, hopefully the purple is going to work. Wow, that was. Am I going to get stuffed both ways? I might. It just might be a situation like that, and that's what it is. And the thing is that Michael, you have to accept this kind of just one step forward, 3 steps backwards in PAs if you want to pass them. Like it's just, you just have to be incredibly stoic about the bullshit of these little bullshit trades, right? Trades that should work, that miss you by a quarter, trades that just basically, look, I almost hit target and just came right back down to the other way. And I knew that this was going to be, tough in front of the 930 because you could, you're going to go both ways. But again, because the trades are small, you can suffer all the injustices of the market on small trades because when the runs happen, and there'll be runs, trust me, there'll be 2, 3, 4 dot runs, which will recapture all of this, but you just need to just grin and bear it for the stop outs. That's literally like the only thing I've learned because the moment you let it get to you, you are tilted. You are tilted the moment you let it get to you. This is the whole point. The market is just there to torture you, and your job is to not let it. The setups will happen. The setups will not happen. The setups will miss by a tick. The setups will stop you out and then go to target. That is all part of the game. Like you got to absolutely accept that fact. Like this was brutal where I had this second dot. I was like, I don't want to go. That second dot would have done. I take the white dot. The white dot just barely misses, stops me out. I take the purple dot to the downside because we're very much like really near the VWAP. It's not really a positive trade. It just barely misses my target and bounces back up. And that's just facts of life. That's why you have multiple accounts. You distribute your losses across multiple accounts, and then you come back, shake yourself off, and try to put the P&L back on the game. Yeah, and I just got taken out on the upside. That's it. Now we're going to wait very, very patiently for the market open because there's nothing to do. This is I really do. Like I said, we're 15 minutes. I should have really not traded this 15 minutes before the market open because this is the classic market open up and down slide. But it's fine. It was small hits. I will come back I will recover them. I will not let this tilt me. See, look at this. This is just ticked me out, and it's probably going to come right back down. But it's, it is what it is. It's the usual two-way price action before the 9:30 that I should have never gotten involved in. Now we're going to watch very carefully, where we can, where the next trade is. Four minutes to the open, or 3 minutes to the open. This is my eval account, so I'm going to be a little bit. I obviously can be a little bit more profligate with it. If this dot holds, I'm going to try and just take it in front on the assumption that we're going to run the open to the highs. All right, let's see if we can run this. No, we don't. We flip it back. Time is it? Oh, 28. It's 2 more minutes. I kind of rushed the trade, but let's see. I took this trade on a thought that we're going to run the London session ORB highs here. Kind of anticipating it. Let's see if we do. That would be at around 106. Iran Revolutionary Guards say they attacked an oil tanker in Aqaba 1 in the Gulf. Tanker leased to Qatar Energy was hit in the Qatari waters. So that could have some negative. Yeah, you see, the other thing is it's just headline bomb after headline bomb. So you have a positive news, then you have headlines just hitting you, going the other way. Just very typical treacherous moves. That's why I'm trading in the on the eval stuff. Look at that. Look at that. We're market open, flushing down. So that trade just did not work. Yeah, boom, we got tagged out on that. That's fine. Now we're really between the ORBs. It's where we go is going to depend on which line we're going to break through. Testing but not breaking. Going to stay very patient. Let's see where they want to go. It's only when they break these things that we want to commit. There we go. Tested the bottom. Let's see if we're going to run the top. There we go. Got the white dot. Trying to run the top. I'm going to go back to this account. Now we're going to trade the top on this account. 17 seconds left. A lot of vol. There we go. And we get a result going back up to the top. Like I said, whichever line we break, that's the one that's going to go. That white dot paid us, and we're now on trend here. Now, oops. Where am I? 58. Boom, boom. See that? Secondary trade. Boom, boom, boom. Now the momentum starts paying us. We just have to be very, very patient. And now we start getting those trades back. Like I said, you just have to endure. I mean, it was stupid to commit around this time frame, right? I was just like, we should have just simply waited. But and then that probably was the mistake. But it doesn't matter. You make the mistake, you got to eat your losses and just stay patient until the numbers start to come in, and then it started to pay off. The ORBs really, really helped. Like I said, they tested the low. I said whichever line breaks, that's the line that's going to be the guiding principle. And you took the trades. Anybody take those trades? Anybody take the ORB break to the upside with me? Take those trades. Good for you, Cheryl. Nice job. Nice job. Any of the newbies take the trades? Just follow us on the flow. Now, if we run session highs, that will be amazing. This day's green dot, I'm gonna go on my Wealth Charts account because this is really opening up to be a power move. Needs to hold on the dot though. Got to give it the full candle. I don't want to get tripped into a fake move. All right, let's see if we get any continuity here. This was a move that traded off the highs. Let's see if we get some continuity on this move. Ooh, that was 76. Where am I? 81. There we go. Come on, come on, come on. Oh wow, where am I at? Why isn't this hitting? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong things. I'm looking at the bids. Sorry. 72, 73, 75, 77. There we go. And that was nice continuity. We took it all the way back. Trading it properly. All right, now this is kind of a pause. Now I don't have any more trades. Matter of fact, I got to go. I got to leave early today, guys. So I may not have any more trades, but at least this gives you a very, very good idea of where the explosion is, where you had the really great setups, and where the opportunities were. Like this was clear. Boom, boom, boom. Everything else here was just nonsense. Be interesting to see where we're at, whether we actually run the London session highs and then take them out. I was bullish, but I really wanted to see confirmation. And now we finally, we did get the confirmation. This was a very tough sequence of events, right? This was basically just getting clipped out at the absolute lows, only to see it go. And that just happens. That happens sometimes. You just have to eat that. You have to eat those trades. Anybody take the sequence of positive trades here? All the positive. This is what we try to look for. We look for this 1, 2, 3, 4 sequence. That's where the money is at. Everything else here is obviously bullshit. And you just try to stay away from the chop and just try to capture the move. And of course, sometimes you're gonna get hit in the chop, but just remember that eventually it's going to resolve. If you just stay patient and small, the move will happen. Right? So again, if you want to play this trade, this is kind of an interesting idea. This is not sort of a classic dot trade, but it's what I call the classic retrace trade. We got the green. It just went away from me. That was a green slope red candle. I love buying that. I should have bought it over here. Let me see if I can buy it over here. I will buy it over here. See if I'm right or wrong on this. The idea is that you kind of, you're buying the dip in an upside. It could be a V shape and totally go against you, which sometimes it does. But generally, I like these trades where you are buying sort of at the low of the candle and you're hoping that you get a pop back up. I did buy too early, so my pop back up may not happen. I'm going to bring this down a little bit, see if I get it resolved. The key to this thing is always execution, and you always have to wait the absolute last minute to let that happen. So let's see if I can get this moved up. Where am I? I'm at 64 to 74. Let's see. Close was 57. High was 65. Okay. There you go. You see that? And it gets resolved. I love that trade. It's kind of hard to do that trade, but because the key thing is, and I screwed it up because I needed to have bought this right at the low tip. There's another opportunity here now. Again, the VWAP is over here. They're selling it really hard. You're basically buying. It's a contrarian trade. You're bullish in a big sell-off, but you're betting on the fact that it's going to bounce back. As a matter of fact, you know what? We'll go to the wealth charts. 15 seconds left. Let's see if I'm right on this. Wait till the close. All right, long here. It's pretty good execution. If it pops, it's going to pop for me. If it doesn't, it doesn't. This is a big sell-off, so may not. I was trading against the VWAP, and it's it could just be bowling me over here. Let me just see. Yeah, I was trying to buy this over here, and it's just coming right into the VWAP. But let's see if it bounces back. Nope. Now it's coming through the. Now it's actually a sell. So take the sell over here and see if we can get that done. This is a ORB sell, but a very deep ORB sell. So we'll see if we can get the continuity move here, or it's going to pop against me. I'm getting clipped all over. All right. Fair enough. Held the VWAP and coming back up. Yeah, it really is all about oil. It's exactly it. It's just that's what's this was moving. Oh, we had manufacturing final 52.3 against 52.4. That's nothing. But you're right. I think it is really oil driving everything, so it's very very tough to anchor on the trades. Yeah, that's the plan, Roland. We just don't have the white dots right now. We have a lot of chop. I try to get cute because I thought that this would be a support level, but it really wasn't. This was one of those purple dots that failed spectacularly because it's been actually a great support buy all the way through, and this was like you go 7 out of 8. This was the seventh trade that did not work. Six of them work, 7 does not work. And that happens. Now we're just really, really flat and choppy. No signals at all. It might be running the session lows, just like astrologer says. We'll have to see. This is London session lows. Oh wait, how come? Wait, why is this all screwed up here? What's my settings? Oh God, my session settings are all messed up. We are 5 offset, right? 22. Okay, here's the New York session. That's correct. This is the New York session within the London session here. And the ORB's got to stop. It's -5. Okay. Finally have to organize everything properly here on the ORBs. My sessions were off because of Chicago. So New York is well within the London session. This is the proper structure. White dot. White dot. "45 seconds left. Let's see if it holds. All right. In on this white dot. See if we get the movement to the upside. And we get a result. And that's what you got to do. You just got to, really, really stick to it. I mean, I think the sort of takeaway here is I got chopped up on a little bit, trying to be a little bit creative, trying to basically stay to trend and stay on trend is where you want to be. Here we go at second white dot, big explosion, right? Do we have a continuity of trend? Let's see. We're going to give it another shot. 41 seconds left. Let's see if I can make that play. Nope. No dot on this trade. So I got to go because I got to run, guys. But that's it. I mean, it was just basically trying to pick the spots. They will come to you. And if you're missing a few strokes, that's okay. The key thing is just get the rhythm right. Once you hit the rhythm, it's going to be 4, 5, 6 consecutive winners, and that's where you get all the money. Just try to stay alive until then. Okay. All right, guys. I see everybody tomorrow. My last day of trading with you guys this week, 9:00 as usual. All right. We'll see how it goes. I really want to start moving, by the way, when I come back. I think we're going to start trading from 10 o'clock onward because that's really going to be the best slice of trend for us. It's a 10 to 11 where all the dots really, really bunch up together, and that's where we get a chance to really make it. Those of you guys who want coaching, here's the coaching link. It's going to be tomorrow night, so definitely sign up, okay? Everybody have a great day, and enjoy, guys. I think there's going to be a lot more to do as the day progresses. Thanks a lot. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.